speed dating event. Woo-hoo!
Is this your first time doing this? Or?
The twins have volunteered to participate in a 2020 experiment.
Jim, nice to meet you. I'm Sarah.
A speed dating experiment to help us find out if these chemicals, called pheromones, actually work.
That's where I'm at right now, exactly.
Pheromones are natural and odorless. Many animals secrete them to attract mates. But pheromones are also synthesized and marketed for humans. And if you believe the package label, they enhance sexual attractiveness. Now, pheromones have been around for years. But now, new studies and new claims make pheromones hotter than ever. Paris Hilton knows they're hot. She added them to her latest perfume. And leading perfume manufacturers are now pouring big bucks into pheromone research. But the debate remains. Do pheromones really work, or is this all just hype?
I think our product is the only product that has any proof behind its claims.
Biologist Winifred Cutler is perhaps the nation's leading pheromone champion. She claims her pheromones work for 75% of the people who use them. The price for 1/6 of an ounce of her pheromones, sold through a company she calls the Athena Institute, is $100.
Our pheromones are sexual attractants. They do make the wearers more sexually attractive. That's very clear.
Well, maybe not that clear.
Some of us have a receptor for...
Some scientists remain skeptical that human pheromones even exist.
You would say, we just don't know.
Maybe just the idea of knowing that you're wearing this stuff will help. There's certainly always going to be a very strong placebo effect in these sorts of things.
Dr. Stuart Firestein studies the science of smell at Columbia University. He says even if synthesized pheromones do work, they're not likely to create an attraction all by themselves.
We use all sorts of cues, and that certainly a pheromone alone is unlikely, in my opinion, to do it. It's part of a whole package.
And that's where our identical twins come in, because with them, the whole package is the same. What happens to one should happen to the other.
So what do you expect to happen tonight?
In the back of your head, you're thinking, yeah, this is, if this stuff really works, then,
Right, I'm wearing the secret formula.
Exactly. Like, nobody else has this.
Right.
For our experiment, we gave all the twins a scent, but only one twin in each set got the scent with Dr. Cutler's pheromones mixed in, and we didn't tell them who had this secret weapon.
The gentlemen, when I ring this bell every 5 minutes, you're going to rotate one table up. So
I'm Sarah.
David.
Mohammed, I'm Bridget.
10 different dates, each one lasting just 5 minutes.
Hey, gentlemen, it's time to rotate.
Would the pheromones make a difference?
Tell me a little about yourself, Aaron.
Gentlemen up one, please!
I've been married since I was 4. Nice meeting you.
I was born in Queens.
Well, it's good to meet you.
This is your final date.
At the end of the night, we tallied the results. Of the 10 dates, 9 men wanted to see Sarah again, but Bridget attracted just 5. As for the male twins, Dave got 10 women interested in him. Paul had only 6. So who was wearing the pheromones?
Well, of course.
Wow.
Sarah and Dave, the two who scored better.
Oh yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why would attractive 20-somethings even need pheromones? After all, it's those of us who are no longer in our 20s who could probably use a little help.
And exactly what role might pheromones play in a world where desperate housewives no longer settle for middle-aged dowdiness?
Can you tell I'm not wearing any underwear?
Women in their 40s are not excreting the same level of pheromones they might have been when they were in their 20s or their 30s. And for those women, adding the pheromone to their perfume can be just the kick that restores some of what they thought they had lost.
Oh, yeah, we got that worked out.
So to see if pheromones work on middle-aged women, we enlisted the help of Kathleen and Lisa Ann, both over 40, both still single. Lisa Ann is a newspaper reporter, and she was excited to find out if this would work.
I do get attention, and I do have some dates, but I do not have a committed relationship, which I would like to have.
Kathleen calls herself New York's Lady Barber, and she says she's never had any trouble meeting men, but...
I'm one of 8 kids, and when I go home to my families for Christmas, everyone's married with kids except me. I just would love to have a boyfriend for Christmas this year. Now, see, I'm going to cry. This is so pathetic.
So Kathleen and Lisa Ann agreed to wear the pheromones every day and keep a video diary.
Hi, this is Kathleen Giordano reporting for Pheromone Duty. I'm getting lots more attention on the street, so I have to assume that the pheromones are working.
I'm wondering if I'm seeing any changes. Only subtle so far. I don't have men falling over me yet.
Crossing 2nd Avenue this evening, 3 guys, 3 friends, walking abreast crossing the avenue said, "Oh my God, you are so beautiful."
I'm still not noticing a whole lot of action.
I'm thinking it too.
Yes? Okay, good.
Lisa Ann was trying. She even learned to tango, maybe the sexiest dance ever invented, but she stayed mostly on the sidelines. 1 month into the experiment, Kathleen and Lisa Ann got together to compare notes. Kathleen was dating 3 to 4 times a week, more than ever.
He said, "What are you doing Saturday?" I said, "I have no plans." He said, "You do now."
Oh, yeah!
So the work part of my life is good. So the dating part of my life can use some improvement.
We'll check back with Lisa Ann and Kathleen after another month has passed. But while we were reporting the story, we discovered another kind of pheromone. This one isn't so much about sex as it is about sales.
The women and men who use it, they feel more confident.
Dr. Peter Pugliese is a dermatologist and a former colleague of Dr. Winifred Cutler's. He now makes his own pheromone product called Pherador.
This is actually the finished pheromone.
He says he has evidence that when salespeople use his pheromones, business gets better.
Just run a little dab to your nose.
This pheromone you rub under your nose, not on your neck, because this potion is supposed to work on you from the inside out. We recruited 3 saleswomen to put this to the test. Leah and Monica work at Andrew's Tie Shop in New York. Marina works at Hammacher Schlemmer. They all agreed to wear Dr. Pugliese's pheromones for 1 week and see what happens.
I hope it works.
So you guys have been wearing these pheromones for a week now, right?
Yes, we
Okay.
for about
Any difference? Have you noticed anything, Monica?
People were interacting with us
More than before?
more than before.
What personal things did guys say to you, Monica?
Just personal things.
Well,
Just whisper in my ear.
Okay, if I have a boyfriend.
So the men did linger longer, and Leah and Monica say they did feel more confident.
Sure.
But in the end, they did not sell more ties. At Hammacher Schlemmer, the results were even more dramatic.
no difference at all?
No difference.
Nothing.
They actually joked about my sales. They said it was decreasing.
So at least in our non-scientific studies, pheromones did not increase sales, but they might indeed increase sex. But don't ask us how. Both doctors refused to tell us the ingredients of their potions.
Coca-Cola doesn't say what's in its formula. Athena does not either.
You wouldn't buy the stuff.
I don't think I would buy it with my first $100.
And how about
or my last $100 for sure.
And armed with that note of skepticism, we checked back with our 40-something women. Kathleen still didn't have a Christmas date, but she remained convinced that pheromones were working.
I think the pheromones are like that added little secret a woman keeps in her arsenal.
And as for Lisa Ann, something of a surprise, she's become a pheromone convert.
It took a really long time, and I was really beginning to suspect it was hooey, but something started to happen. There was a transition.
On a cold December night, Lisa Ann and her date keep each other warm. And guess what? She's already decided what to buy herself for Christmas. A new supply of pheromones.